Hello and welcome to Chapter 4 of our video series on construction law in Malaysia. In this chapter, we will be discussing key issues in construction contracts, including categorizing contracts, methods of contract procurement, principles of parties, contract formation, and contract documentation. The first key issue in construction contracts is categorizing contracts. Construction contracts can be categorized into different types based on the project's scope, size, and complexity. These contracts can include lump sum contracts, cost-plus contracts, unit price contracts, and time and material contracts. The second key issue is the method of contract procurement. In Malaysia, there are various methods of procuring construction contracts, including open tendering, selective tendering, negotiation, and direct appointment. These methods can have a significant impact on the project's overall success and should be carefully considered by both parties. The third key issue is the principles of parties involved in construction contracts. The parties in a construction contract include the employer, the contractor, and the consultant. Each party has a set of rights and obligations that must be fulfilled to ensure the successful completion of the project. These principles include good faith, trust, and fair dealing. The fourth key issue is contract formation. In Malaysia, construction contracts must be in writing and signed by both parties. The contract must also include essential terms, such as the scope of work, project schedule, payment terms, and dispute resolution mechanisms. Failure to adhere to these requirements can result in contract disputes and legal issues. The fifth and final key issue is contract documentation. In Malaysia, it is essential to have clear and accurate documentation throughout the construction project's lifecycle. This documentation can include project plans, change orders, progress reports, and meeting minutes. Adequate documentation can help prevent disputes and resolve conflicts in case of any disagreements. There are several relevant clauses in PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract that relate to these key issues in construction contracts. Similarly to other standard form of contract in JKR Form of Contract. These clauses include Clause 1 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which defines the contract scope of work and obligations of the employer and contractor. Clause 2 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the contractor's obligations in performing the work. Clause 3 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the employer's obligations, including providing access to the site and making payments on time. Clause 4 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the contractor's responsibility for obtaining necessary permits and approvals. Clause 5 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the contract sum and payment terms. Clause 6 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the project schedule and delay damages. Clause 7 of the PAM 2006 Standard Form of Building Contract, which outlines the dispute resolution mechanism. In conclusion, understanding the key issues in construction contracts is crucial to ensure the project's success and avoid disputes and legal issues. The categorization of contracts. Method of contract procurement. Principles of parties. Contract formation. And contract documentation are all critical factors to consider in construction projects. Familiarizing yourself with the relevant clauses in construction law in Malaysia can also help ensure that your contracts are legally binding and enforceable. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next chapter of our video series.